Before we start, let's take a look at Falsette's new heal back mechanic. With the buff active, whenever she takes damage multiple times in a single enemy's action, she will heal back 30% of HP and restore 10 AP. It applies to multi-hit attacks and follow-up attacks. KT7 up here. This is my Falsette 140 showcase video. She is a 100 cost Earth Gunner unit, with Pugilist and Dual Gunner as her sub-jobs. Now let's go over what her kit has to offer. Let's start off with her stats. Unlike other missile units, Falsette has over 4.2k base HP. Her attack stat is at 435, with 276 dex, and 58 base agility. With her agility support equipped, it can reach 75. Also, unlike other missile units, she does not have access to -1 movement. Next, her new gun. The general ability is Missile Penetration 20. For Falsette and a few other main jobs, they also get all Elemental Resistance 5 and 20 AoE penetration. I recommend to prioritize the aim type. Her TMR is an accessory. The stats are HP 242, Defense 10, Spirit 12, and Crit Evade 14. The ability is a diamond-shaped group buff around self. Gives the group 4 turns Earth and Lightning Resistance 20. Plus 4 turn Physical Man-Eater 25 for the user. This is a very good Elemental Resistance TMR. Moving over to her weapon type resistances. She has 15 to Slash, 15 to Missile and 15 to Magic. -10 to Pierce and Strike. Her ailment resistances are 50 to Blind, 50 to Confusion, and 10 to Paralysis. She is a re-raise unit with 0 innate curse resistance. Be sure to give her Truststone passive for that. Falsette is a guild battle commander. Her commander effect supports Sword Red Mage, Bow, Gun, and Katana units. She gives the following boost to these units. Attack 15%, Crit Rate 20, Magic Resistance 10, Unit Resistance 10, and Type Chain Resistance 20. Her commander ability gives the team magic damage reduction effect 20% for the first 5 turns of battle. And recover 10 AP at start of battle. Her commander effect is the best part of her kit, no question about it. Her master ability gives her 10 unit resistance and healing power 15. At level 140, she gets Type Chain and Elemental Chain resistance 15, accuracy 15, and upgrade to her job 12 attack. Giving it one more use and break physical barrier prior to damage. Next, her main support abilities. Number 1 gives her Defense Penetration 40, AoE Penetration 40, Unit Resistance 12, and General Force Barrier from range 3 to 6. Number 2 gives her Debuff Weakening 30, All Attack Type Resistance 20, and HP down 12%. The All Attack Type Resistance will stack with individual attack type resistances from other sources such as equipment and TS. Support 1 has to be equipped at all times. Number 2 is not my go-to, there is a better one from her sub. Notice that she does not have any range increase, nor movement down from her main job supports. She is meant to be a bulkier missile unit that is closer to the front line. Her main reaction is a reflex against slash and missile type attacks with a 20% proc rate. Continuing on to her LB. It is a sequential ability. Part 1 is an AoE attack with range 2 to 6, and range height 1. Before damage, dispel re-raise from targets, then deals 2 hit extra large damage. And post-damage lower target's damage output by 20% for the next 3 turns. Part 2 of her LB is a diamond-shaped group buff that increases all elemental resistance 15 for 3 turns. The damage output debuff and all elemental resistance up are really good. Moving on to her main job buffing abilities. Her cross-shaped buff gives the group 4 turns 25% magic damage reduction effect, and seal enemies re-raise dispel on hit. For Falsette only, restore 20 AP. And 3 times HP auto heal back when she takes damage multiple times during a single enemy action, including multi-hit attacks and follow-up attacks. The recovery amount is 30% of her max HP and 10 AP. The last effect from this buff is re-raise. And when revived, hate down 6, plus physical damage up 20% for 3 turns. Next, her self buff. Gives Falsette 4 turns haste and HP regen. And while haste or regen is active, AP consumption down 30%, and grants her barrier break seal on hit. She can seal both re-raise dispel and barrier break on hit when both of her buffs are active. Now let's go over her attacks. Number 1 on the list is a square-shaped AoE with range 3 to 5, range height and area height of 1. Before damage, breaks target's physical barriers and dispel active wide guard. Then deals large damage. And activates a 2-hit 50% all damage barrier for Falsette. And recover 25% max HP if she KOs a target, up to 2 times. Attack number 2 is a sure hit unit attack with range 3 to 4, and range height 1. Before damage, lower target's reaction rate by 100 for 3 turns. Then deals 3 hit large damage. This is the only sure hit attack from her kit. Attack number 3 is her low AP ability. Deals small damage, and restore 15 AP if target is KO'd. The last attack on the list is a triangular AoE attack with range 1 to 3, and range height 2. Dispel all debuffs for self, then deals large damage. Post damage, lower target's healing power by 60 for 3 turns. The damage would increase if she is targeting multiple units. That's all for her main job, moving on to her subs. Ability number 1 from her main sub is an AoE attack with range 1 to 3. Deals medium damage, and lower target's attack, magic and agility for 3 turns. Sub ability 2 is a TP skill. 25% to inflict 3-turn charm on a single target. While charmed, increase AP consumption 50%, attack and magic up 20%. Could be useful when Falsette has 0 hit rate. Now let's move on to Pugilist. The support abilities are Flurry Enhancement and Warrior's Spirit. Flurry Enhancement has 20 accuracy, the only option if you want to increase her hit rate. The notable ability from Pugilist is Breathing Technique, a self-heal when she is not in range to attack. Pugilist is mainly here for the accuracy support, you are likely never going to use it as her sub-job. Next is Dual Gunner. The support abilities are Tune Up and Dual Gunner Mastery. Tune Up is the one I recommend, it gives her 12% agility and 40 defense pen. Dual Gunner Mastery has 15 missile attack and range +1. This is the only range increase support from her whole kit, but I don't recommend it. She is bulky enough to be closer to the front line. Agility and defense pen are way more impactful for her kit. The notable ability from Dual Gunner is Firing Stance. It is a cross-shape buff, I like to leave it active when the map is larger. That's all for her kit, let's move on to her VC. Her card should arrive 1 week after Falsette's release. It supports greatsword, bow, gun, and glove units. The stats are HP 341, Attack 158, and Dex 58. The party abilities are Missile Attack 42, Luck 28%, and Type Chain Resistance 30. The bestowed effects are Attack 10%, and Unit Resistance 10. Holo Party ability is for dual content, gives the team Physical Man Eater 15. VC Mastery are Earth Attack 2, and AP Consumption down 5. Luck cards are rare, and this one also has Type Chain Resistance, which is great for Hero King Mont. That being said, this VC is a sub-card 99% of the time. Unless you are looking to complete the Greatsword and Gunner crossover, I would recommend to save your resources. Next, Equipments, Espers and Truststones. I like her new gun a lot, 5 all elemental res, and 20 AoE penetration are great. And it has an aim type. In the second slot, Survival Vest, the pods, or any accuracy equipment are fine. In the TMR slot, you can give her a range +1 buff with the Bewitching Boots or Virtuous Gilet. As for Espers, Dad Bomb is the best missile Esper. If you don't have it, regular Odin or Dark Bahamut will do just fine. Continuing to her Truststones. Luck or Vital set on the left, Agility or Aim set on the right. Be sure to give her Curse Resistance on the left, and Healing Power on the right. Moving on to sample teams. I have shown off many missile teams in the past few months, so I have decided to go through them quickly this time. The first team I have prepared is the Mixed Gunner and Great Sword team with Hero King and Yuna. Falsette is on her Dual Gunner sub. Equipped with her main support number 1, Tune Up as her second support ability, and her main job reaction. Falsette's defense penetration is at 90, missile penetration at 20, and AoE penetration is at 80. You can increase all her attack type resistances by 20 with her main support number 2. Team number 2 is a full gunner team. With Melnia's VC covering unit resistance and agility, we have a main vision card slot open for either more power or accuracy. I have the Dawn Trail card here for more power. Should you need more accuracy, go with the Fated Confrontation or Falsette's new VC. At 0 reincarnations, I can get her hit rate to around 475%. If you do decide to give her her own VC in her main slot, her unit resistance can be at 81 to start. Just like other missile teams, they can shine on some maps but risky to run on others. The second full gunner team has the traditional VC setup. 3 main slot cards to cover agility, AoE resistance, and unit resistance. Next is the Mono Earth team with Ashen King and Young Sadali. With 490 cost VCs, the team is quite strong and has a lot of HP. Falsette's HP is close to 15k with 0 reincarnations. Some people will opt to run a semi-evade setup, but I don't recommend it. The last team I have prepared is the Bow and Gun team with Mavia and Ice Jaden. I think this is the 3rd time I have featured this setup. Alright, that's all the team I have showing today. Let's quickly look at the VCs for the gunner group, then move on to my final thoughts. Now my final thoughts on Falsette. As advertised, she is a bulky gunner unit that can take a few hits and dish back some good damage. I was truly impressed by her durability, and there is a lot to like in her kit. However, there is also a lot to dislike about her kit. All her attacks require line of sight, and her range maxes out at 6. The idea of a bulky missile unit with shorter range actually works, just not amazing. You cannot run her as a typical missile unit because of her shorter range. She is stuck being a bruiser that requires line of sight to attack. Her damage output and utilities are comparable to other next-gen units, but she feels unnecessary at this point of the game. On a full gunner team, she does bring re-raise seal, but I don't think she is head and shoulders better than Light Veritas. And that team is still heavily dependent on the map. If you are running a gun plus greatsword, Yuna is the top choice. The 3rd slot can be Cloud, Spring Joom, or Dark Veritas. Having 2 gunners doesn't give you an advantage on that team. What about mixed bow and gunner team? Yep, that is the only team I think Falsette is required. Mainly because of the Ice and Earth VC synergies. I am being extra harsh because this is an unnecessary unit. And she won't have a chance to shine in the foreseeable future because of Tank More. The only reason to pull for her is because of her commander effect. Please save your resources for FF9 or Tank More. Now let's go to sample matches. The first match of the day is a full gunner team against the Black Mage team. Falsette's first action, her group buff, gives the group 4-turn magic damage reduction effect and re-raise seal on hit. For Falsette only, she get 20 AP, the 3 times heal back effect, and re-raise. This is firing stance from Dual Gunner. This is her sequential LB. Part 1 is a diamond AoE attack. Before damage, dispel target's re-raise. Then deals 2 hit extra large damage, and lower their damage output 20% for the next 3 turns. Part 2 of her LB is a diamond shape group buff that increases all elemental resistance by 15 for allies. There is a lot in the sequence here. Falsette's healback is procced by Shurecca's follow-up attack. Falsette is hit by Immobilize. This status effect will matter later on in this match. Because all her attacks require line of sight and she cannot move, therefore she wasn't able to attack exdeath here just now. It did not affect the outcome of this match. But the way this line of sight thing feels really dumb when slashing units can attack through doors and other objects. Second match of the day is Gunner Mixed Greatsword against Mono Fire. There is one more match after this one. That's all I have for today. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.
ってきたね。ほら、頑張ります。感謝いたします。この場を切り抜けるために私を助けてくれれば燃えてくるわね。答えをクリスタル肩をしてください。本気出しちゃおうかな。ここで終わらせる。本気で戦わないと。燃え尽きる。感謝いたします。面白く本気出しちゃおうかな。